Hey everyone, it's Lucy from KBeautyHobbit.com. Today I have quite a few empties to share with you, so I'll do a brief review of each one, and then for more complete reviews you can check the description box and I'll put links to my blog in there if it's something I already reviewed on the blog. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm so happy to have you here. I'm not any sort of skincare professional. I am just an enthusiast, especially when it comes to Korean beauty, and I've tried so many things over the years. I like sharing my reviews. These are in no particular order. Let's get started. The first one is a vitamin A or retinol cream by Dr. Different. Yeah, that's right. It's retinol, not retinol. It's a different version of retinoid. It's supposed to be more potent than retinol. I really liked it. This is their regular version, and then they also make a forte version that has a high concentration of retinol. I'm using the forte one right now, but I started with this one. And when I use my retinoids, I use the Dr. Dre method where you do the whole evening skincare routine, finishing with a different moisturizer, let everything dry, and then apply a pea-sized amount all over the face. And that really helps minimize the dryness and flaking that sometimes comes with retinoid use. Next is this Treatis Bubble Foam Cleanser. It's a second step cleanser, or the only step cleanser if you're using it in the morning. It was okay. I'm really not that impressed with it. I ended up finishing it off by using it as a shower gel just because I wanted it gone. Nothing bad or good to say, didn't wow me, would not repurchase. Answer from Rio Hottuynia Cordata. There's no way I'm going to pronounce it right. Cream. This was such a wonderful product. It had an herbal smell. It's a gel cream with little inclusions of the actual herb in it. Very calming and soothing. I have combination skin, so some areas are oily and some are dry, but this was good for mornings, especially now that it gets warmer. It's not quite heavy enough to use like as my evening moisturizer in the winter when it's really dry, but for mornings or even for evenings in the spring and summer, it was just perfect. And I definitely noticed that it soothed and calmed redness if I had any. B-Lab PHA cleansing oil. It took me forever to finish this one. It is such a watery formula. It did a good job cleansing off makeup and sunscreen, but just the watery texture I didn't love because I felt like it was spilling all over the place. I usually wash my face while sitting in the tub, so it wasn't a huge deal for me, but if you're somebody who cleanses over a sink, this will probably run all the way down your elbows and onto the counter. Other than that, nothing bad to say about it. It was not bad, but I just would not repurchase it. Actually, I won this one in a giveaway, but I wouldn't purchase another one just because I did not love the texture. I prefer cleansing oils that are a bit thicker than this and don't make a mess. Rovectin Skin Essentials Cleanser. I think it's becoming such a holy grail for a lot of people. It is very nice, mild. It's a second step cleanser, or you can use it just by itself in the mornings. I don't cleanse in the mornings, I just do it in the evenings. So this for me was my evening second step cleanser. Just really gentle. It comes out as a gel. It does foam a little bit, but not a ton. Like, it's not gonna give you a Santa beard, but it's still really nice and effective and doesn't dry out the skin. Doesn't feel stripping. Has a bit of a scent. The only thing I have a problem with Rovectin as a brand is some of their marketing is a little sketchy. Like, they say hypoallergenic on a lot of products, but it's not a regulated term. I don't remember if this one has any essential oils, but sometimes they'll say hypoallergenic and then put essential oils in it, or not just Rovectin, but other brands as well. So it's just something to be mindful of. Just remember that hypoallergenic means whatever the brand wants it to mean. It does not mean it is free of the most common allergens, which is what you would think it means, right? That's like the thing to assume. That's a normal thing to assume when you hear the term hypoallergenic. Aside from that, really good product. Would definitely get it again. Recommend it to my group all the time. It's great. I have zero chance of pronouncing this product name correctly. It's make Poncirus Trifoliata C. Radiance Boosting C Capsule Serum. Look how pretty it is. It is so pretty. It's a gel serum with tiny encapsulated things in it. See that? I try to get as much of it out as possible, but there's still a little bit left. It is very mild. It doesn't actually contain like ascorbic acid in it. It has a form of vitamin C that's a lot milder. And it wasn't my favorite vitamin C product, but I can't say that it's a fail either. If you're somebody whose skin cannot take the more robust, high concentration vitamin C products, I think you'll still see results from this. Like, I still saw a bit of an improvement in skin tone and such. And maybe it will take more than one bottle of this product to really truly reap the benefits of it. It was really nice to apply. It was aesthetically pleasing, not sticky. I use vitamin C's in the morning, so I had no problems with this going under sunscreen and such. It's just not my favorite, but I don't think it's bad. Like, I think it could still work for some people. Brightening product I preferred to the Make Prime one is this Abeeb Yuja Essence Vitamin Pump. I just finished this last night and I try to shake out as much of it as possible. I took this part off and still there's some left. It's such a wonderful product. It smells like Yuja, I'm assuming, but I've never seen like a real one of that. I know it's a citrus. So to me, it smells like a bitter lemon, not an artificial scent, but what an actual fruit would probably smell like. It's really, really nice to use. Not sticky, not greasy, a gel. I've used a little bit of it on my legs even because I have bad hyperpigmentation there from ingrown hairs that I picked at, which I should not have done. So really, really lovely. And on the face I used it as well. I have a review I'll put in the description box, but I highly recommend this. In case you're worried about your wallet with all the things you want to buy so far from this little empties video, let me save you some money. Do not get this. This is the Essen Herb Bulgarian Rose Ampoule. You'll see how much is left in there. Do you know why there's so much left in there? Because I can't get it out. The stupid pump, I don't know what's wrong with it, but it won't pump it out anymore. And I cannot take this part off. It does not twist off. I've tried. I haven't taken pliers to it because honestly, I don't care at this point. This didn't really do much for me. It was a gel. I don't think I would name this an essence. It's more of an emulsion or like a gel cream even. I actually think this would have been better packaged in a tub because of its texture, and maybe that's why I can't get the rest of it out. Good thing is I bought it for $4 on Face Story because it was on sale. I'm guessing because they're discontinuing it. I don't know, but I'm just not impressed. Like, it's okay. I'm not super mad at it, but I'm mad at the packaging. Why can't I get half of the product out? Fine, whatever. I'm done with this. Don't buy it. If you know how to get it out, let me know, although this is going in the garbage today. But I would have liked to rinse it out and recycle it. So yeah, if you have an idea on how to get these off, let me know. One of my favorite sunscreens, and I showed this in my sunscreen video. I saved it for that sunscreen video. And then as soon as I filmed it, I basically finished this off because I love it so much. It's the Rovectin Tone Up Sunscreen. Amazing. If you have a skin tone similar to mine, it does have a color to it and it's definitely not universal. If you have any deeper skin tone than mine, most likely this will white cast like crazy. It only has physical filters in it and then some iron oxides, I'm assuming, for the tint. I'll put a review in the description. You can look at the ingredients. Again, it says hypoallergenic, which is bogus. But aside from that, wonderful sunscreen, no white cast, and a lot of the times I could use it instead of makeup. You can see my little friend over here. So if I put this over that, it would significantly hide it. Not completely 100%, but significantly. One of my favorite spendy products is this Glow Recipe Plump Serum. I was one of the early testers for this. I had to sign an NDA agreement and it was really fun just from that standpoint. I honestly was kind of hoping to hate Glow Recipe because it is everything I'm not. It is so bougie, it's so spendy, it is so fragranced, it is packaged in these cutesy purple and pink and watermelon things. I love it. I love this. I love their cleansing balm and I love their watermelon toner, and probably if I got more things I would have probably loved them too. So there goes my nonconformist goal of just wanting to drag them through the mud and saying how overhyped and overpriced they are. And they're probably overpriced, but dang, they work and they're so nice and I loved using it. It is just a great hyaluronic acid serum and it smells amazing. And I'm not anti-fragrance in skincare. If there's a fragrance-free version, I'll go for that. But if not, then that's okay. I have not ever had a bad reaction to fragrance. In Glow Recipe products specifically, the fragrance just adds to the overall experience and I really enjoy it. It's Klairs Freshly Juiced Vitamin E Mask. It's like a memory foam texture, which was really fun. It's a jelly-like mask, and when you use it, of course, it'll leave a dent, but then by the next time you go to use it, the The surface was mirror smooth again. The kids are being as loud as possible on purpose because I asked them to please be quiet. So of course there's giggling and all the music toys. So hopefully you can bear with me through that. But this is a really good night product. Klairs recommends pairing it with their freshly juiced vitamin C drop. And I've tried that, but I actually preferred using the vitamin C in the mornings and this at night. I don't know that I would necessarily repurchase this. It was nice, but there are other products like it and other products I want to try. But it was nice and nourishing and I enjoyed it. This I would definitely repurchase. This is the I'm From Ginseng mask, and it is a lovely product, especially for fall and winter, especially if you get cold easily like I do, because it warms on your face when you put it on. It is a nourishing wash off mask and I just loved it. Just really nice, kind of understated scent and this amber color of kind of like dark honey. I don't know, everything about it was amazing. I have their eye cream as well, which I like, and now I just reviewed the ginseng serum, which is really good too. But if I had to pick just one product out of the ginseng line, it would be this mask. Pestlo Panthemide cream. I know this packaging style is really popular now because apparently the metal in the tube can be infinitely recycled. Although I don't know if you're supposed to try and get the product from like within it. Does it have to be super clean for it to be recycled? I don't know. Maybe not. I don't love the metal tubes. They're just hard for me to use. But if that's better for the environment, then I can get behind that. No problem. As far as the cream itself, it's really nice texture. It's nourishing but not sticky. Still light enough for my combination skin. I don't love the smell. So this has pine extract in it, and it smelled like pine. Very Christmassy. Not super strong and it didn't linger, so I didn't totally hate it, but it's just not my choice of a scent in a skincare product. However, it did make my face nice and plump and soft, so I used it up as you can see, and I didn't hate it. By Wishtrend Acid Duo Moisturizer. I love this. It was a gel cream, pink in color. Okay, not my top choice of color, but if you like pink, you would probably appreciate it. It had hibiscus water in it, and as far as I remember, the pink color was from the natural ingredients and not from any added colorants. This is a very, very mildly exfoliating cream, and I also have a cleanser from this line, and I adore that. This is very good, especially if you have oily or combination skin. It's not going to exfoliate to a point that you'll have flaking or anything. It's just very slow and steady, kind of improving texture and the overall look of the skin. I typically used it in the evenings. However, I think it'd be okay for the mornings as well, as long as you use a sunscreen with it, which you should always use. And I've used a little bit of it on my legs as well, because like I mentioned, I have that hyperpigmentation on there from ingrown hairs, and I feel like the gentle exfoliation just helped prevent future ingrown hairs as well, and maybe even helped a bit with the pigmentation part. So overall, I really enjoyed this and I would use that again. I have this Siam or Sam, I always say Siam, but maybe that's wrong. Natural Daily Rose Mask. It's a wash off moisturizing mask. It had a gel texture with tiny pieces of actual rose petal in it. Very nice. It is fragrance, but it's very pleasant. Didn't give me any irritation. And most of the time, wash off masks are clay based or some kind of exfoliation, but I enjoy the wash off masks that are not exfoliating in nature, so that I can use them more often than just on the exfoliation days. And this was really good. I didn't use it daily, even though it says daily in the name. I used it maybe 2-3 times a week, just depending on what my skin needed. And I find sometimes the wash off masks are a good alternative to sheet masks. Can be more economical and also less wasteful when it comes to packaging. So definitely try this one out if you're in the market for something like that. Next, I have these Goodal Vita C or Green Tangerine Vita C toner pad. It came in a little trial pack. These, the eye patches, and their little green tangerine serum, which I'm not out of yet. Out of all 3 products, these were my least favorite. That doesn't mean they're bad. They weren't bad, they just didn't wow me. They were okay for mornings. Very, very saturated, almost too saturated, like dripping in the vitamin C solution. But I prefer typically serums with vitamin C versus like a toner. And I don't think there were enough of these to really tell a difference of whether or not they made my skin brighter or less pigmented or whatever. But as far as just the general feel of them, the texture, the size, Nothing bad to say. I would try a full-size jar and see how they work, but this little one just was not enough to tell if they're any good for daily use or not, and if there are any long-term results or not. Last but not least, an Axis Y product. I love Axis Y. I haven't tried all of their stuff, but the ones I tried really work well for me. This is their new Skin Resolution Gel Mask. I actually got to try this before it was released for sale, so my review I think was the very first one published on Instagram, because I stayed up until it was 12:01 whatever Korea time on the release date and published it. It has niacinamide in it, so it can help with pigmentation and the appearance of pores and even some fine lines, although I'm not sure how effective niacinamide is in a wash-off product, but hopefully it does do something. It's a gel consistency. I did notice that my skin was more hydrated and just looked refreshed. And again, this is one of those non-exfoliating wash-off masks that I just love having as part of my routine. This is just really pleasant. It also has a Centella asiatica in it if you have any kind of inflammation or redness or acne. So I really liked it. I would for sure get this again. And I think the only thing I like more than this is their mugwort clay mask. That one, if you were to only use one Axis Y product, I would recommend that one, or I guess their sunscreen, but that's been out of stock everywhere forever, so I don't know if you can even find it. Their sunscreen is also wonderful. This is also good. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope this was useful. If you have your own opinions about these products, please share them in the comments with me. And as always, just because I didn't like something doesn't mean it won't work for you. So if there's something that you love out of these that I didn't like, keep using it. I'm just a person with my own opinions. Who cares? You can find me on Instagram at KBeautyHobbit, on my blog, KBeautyHobbit.com, and in my Facebook group, Korean Beauty Fanatics. I will see you in my next video. Until then, please remember to always listen to your skin. Thank you so much. Bye.